Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is March 12th, 2021. And before I get started on this 10-minute rant, I'm hoping for a 10-minute rant, guys. Um, I would implore you, I beg of you, kind sir or madam, please, hey, like and subscribe. If you guys been watching my videos and been like, I'm trying to decide on this channel, maybe you don't like me. Maybe you secretly like me. It doesn't matter. Just hit subscribe. It helps spread the message and grow this community, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reach as many of the middle class as I can. So please hit like and subscribe before we start this video, and then I'll get into all the juicy details for 10 minutes. Okay? And I'm about to drop some real truth bombs and a big truth bomb at the end with an incredible prediction you guys aren't going to believe. So you got to stick around to the end. So here we go. Look at this place. Um, I bet this place was really great before the health crisis. And then they were limited to carry out and delivery. And then they were destroyed because they're a mom and pop organization, and mom and pop small businesses, those kind of made up like 49% of our GDP prior to the pandemic. And the National Restaurant Association predicts that 60% of all mom and pop restaurants aren't even going to come back. So, hey, where's the good news? The good news is that if you watch the channel, and there's an opportunity for you to prepare for what's coming. But if you don't, the bad news is that you're just gonna buy into the media hype and you're gonna continue down that same dastardly road that you're headed down. So, let's see here. What's the good news? Because I don't want to be doom and gloom. Although the world needs doom and gloom guys, and I'm willing to be that doom and gloom guy. But okay, so good news. Let's see. Hey, I know unemployment claims. They were actually lower than expected. We expected like 725,000 new unemployment claims last week, and guess what? It was only 712. So we're right on track, guys. We're doing really good. 712,000 new unemployment claims. And the way the media spins it is, hey, guess what? We were actually expecting 725,000. So it's lower than expected. Everybody celebrate these numbers because it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be. Guys, when bad news becomes good news as it relates to the economy, you know things are in a real bad place. Like this narrative that the economy is great. Don't worry, we're bouncing back. It's V-shaped. Okay, everything's coming back. Everything's coming back online. People are gonna. There's a bunch of pent-up demand. We're just gonna start spending like crazy. Americans are ready to open their wallets. After all, we're about to get $1,400, right? So why not? Let's just let it all rip. The fact of the matter is that the only thing keeping this economy ticking is new quantitative easing. And I'm going to make a prediction at the end of this video that will be at the heart of what's next for quantitative easing. And I have a tool that no other YouTubers I've seen have used to predict where quantitative easing is going. But you have to stick around to the end of the video. Okay, so let me just get into where we are at as far as those new unemployment claims. So I'm going to disappear myself so we can really focus on the content. Weekly jobless claims rise less than expected, with Biden set to sign $1.9 trillion COVID package. Well, that is shiver me timbers. That is awesome. Okay, so what are the numbers? Let's talk about them. jobless claims rose less than expected last week, but held above pre-pandemic level. Well, at least they were intellectually honest at that one portion of the article, right? At least they didn't lie it all the way through. The Labor Department on Thursday reported that the first-time filings for jobless benefits totaled 712,000 for the week ended March 6th, below the 725,000 estimate. And this is how they manipulate the general population to believe that 712,000 new unemployment claims is actually a good thing. It's bizarre. I can't even wrap my mind around how bizarre that is. Like, wait a minute, we're supposed to believe on one side, we're supposed to believe, hey, everything's coming back. The economy is actually healthy. It's actually really good. But on the other side of the coin, we actually need another almost $2 trillion to keep things going. Guys, I've got news for you. Both things cannot be true. Either the economy is recovering and it doesn't require more quantitative easing. Either the economy is recovering and it doesn't require more stimulus, or it's not. Or things are not recovering and we have to inject another $2 trillion just to keep this whole economy afloat. And I would submit to you that the truth is the latter. If you're paying attention, like on who's, in what reality, like, do people really think, wait a minute, okay, 700,000 new unemployment claims, and simultaneously, we're injecting another $2 trillion into the economy, which means we have a healthy economy. It's bizarre. So let's talk about the labor market. What's going on here? The labor market remains a long way off from its pre-pandemic levels, but we just got really good news. From who? I think it was the Labor Department. Look at this. New data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, okay, show that unemployment rate declined to 6.2% in February from its January level of 6.3. Hey, we gained a point, what, 1 percentage point? However, the current unemployment remains quite high compared to its pre-pandemic levels of 3.5%. No kidding. This economy has shed over almost 10 million jobs. We're way off from that. So where are the jobs? Like, I heard there was a big spike in jobs in February. Like, what jobs are those? I want to know what jobs those are. In February, the economy added 379,000 jobs. Hey, now that's significant. I'm amped up about that. That's exciting. The industry sector with the largest number of gains was leisure and hospitality. Wait a minute, what? So all those mom and pop restaurants that will probably never come back, they're already out of business. But what remains is a bunch of corporate entities when it comes to restaurants and bars like Chili's, and I don't know, you can go down the list. Red Lobster, where do you like to go? Ruby Tuesdays. Oh, wait a minute. Ruby Tuesdays foreclosed. Sorry, they're bankrupt. I take back Ruby Tuesdays. Anyways, there's a ton of mom and pop restaurants that will never be back. You think we're going to rebuild this economy on 400,000 jobs in leisure and hospitality? These are $15 an hour jobs or less. That's no way for America to reclaim her greatness. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen by, oh, look at all the job growth in bars. The bars are really great. I mean, are you serious? You've got to be kidding me. See, I would not necessarily object to this stimulus, even though the government is broke and it really has no money. I wouldn't object to all this stimulus if it was targeted. It was like, okay, we realize a lot of the leisure and hospitality industry has been disrupted, and we are going to focus our stimulus on things like retraining people for jobs that are viable in the new market. Because if you don't think this health crisis has spawned a new job market altogether, people are not going to be able to return to the jobs they had pre-health crisis. They're going to have to adapt and change. But is any of this stimulus targeted at like people learning a new trade? No. It's just throwing money at people, individuals. Here's $1,400. I don't care what you do with it. Go spend it on all those Chinese goods at Walmart. Or better yet, here's a lot more money going to states and cities that are absolutely bankrupt, like Chicago, LA, New York. Cities that have long wasted all their money and really tax their civilians, tax their citizens at really high rates. So they blew through all that money. And what are we going to do now? On a federal level, we're going to give them more money. If you forget the cities and states, like if you took this 1.9 trillion stimulus and you said, I'm only giving it to individuals, you know how much money you'd be getting? You know what kind of a check you'd be receiving? You'd be receiving roughly $6,000. But you're not. You're only going to get 14, and the rest is going to be wasted on cities and states and their budgets because they're wasteful, and they were wasteful before the health crisis. They'll be wasteful after the health crisis. Okay, moving on. Maybe I am being Mr. Negative. Like, there is hope that the jobs will come back, right? All these jobs we lost. Let's see. What does the Washington Post say? Millions of jobs probably aren't coming back, even after the health crisis ends. Well, there's an honest piece of journalism. That's refreshing from February 17th, 2021. You guys, our economy has completely changed. Mom and pop restaurants aren't coming back according to the National Association of Restaurants, up to 60% of them. So there's even a large portion of corporate restaurants that aren't coming back. The way we interact with each other, like the way we conduct business, is going to change after this. But is any of this stimulus like targeted towards addressing those issues? No, not one bit of it, actually. It's just keeping crap afloat for now. That's what it's doing. So now it is time for, hold on one second. Let me see if I can figure out all this crap here. I doubt I can because the camera's not coming back on. Hold on one second. Can I figure it out? Here I am. I did figure it out. Holy crap, that took a lot of work and I was stressing. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm not even sure how my camera presence is because I want to be honest with you guys, and I don't want this like hokey kind of personality. I want to be real with my audience. I see some of these guys on YouTube and I'm like, man, that guy's so fake. I want to be real. I want to make real connections with my audience. So this week I had a huge zit on my nose. And it was ginormous. And midweek, I think, it erupted. And for the very first time on this channel, my wife has used some makeup on me, and I wasn't quite comfortable with it. It offended my masculinity a bit, but I think that the zit sitting on my nose would have been even more offensive. So I'd like to thank my lovely wife for that. Okay, and now, drum roll please, for my big prediction. Here it is. I see a lot of people on YouTube saying garbage like, oh, well, I don't have a crystal ball. Well, guess what? I do. I actually have a real crystal ball. And I'm going to use it right now to give you folks a prediction of what is to come after the 1.9 stimulus. Are you ready? Holy, this thing is seriously heavy. This is a real crystal ball. You can barely see it. It almost looks like a bubble. It reverses everything. So you can kind of tell how it reverses everything on camera a little bit. I'm gonna try to amplify how beautiful my shirt is. I can't. Anyways, I'm gonna look in this crystal ball, and I'm gonna give you all a prediction for what is next from our government. It's almost invisible there. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay, here it comes. Oh, yes. Yes, I see something for sure. That's my fingerprint. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Guess what it is? The big prediction is this. More stimulus. I predict more stimulus, more quantitative easing. This one, though, I have details to prove that I've seen into the future. I predict a huge, massive, unbelievable, because they're so broke, but they don't care. I predict a huge infrastructure bill. A huge infrastructure bill. That's what's coming next. And that will keep our economy afloat for a bit longer. But eventually it's going to crash, guys. Eventually we're all going to come back down to earth. That includes the NASDAQ, S&P 500, yes, even the Dow. It's all coming down. But first, the government spending has to stop. And that's not going to be for a while. So hang in there. Happy Friday to all of you. I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Friday night and getting to this portion of the video. I didn't edit it all. This was all one shot, one chance. And I just appreciate all of you. Buy food, buy water, buy canned goods, buy silver. It's absolutely on sale right now. Precious metals have still took a huge hit. Back up the truck while you can. Buy silver. You can't go wrong buying gold. For you Bitcoiners, that's your business. It's not my gig, but Bitcoin's doing really well. And the last 2 times, I would implore you to keep this in mind. The last 2 times there's been a market correction, Bitcoin dropped with that correction. Just so you know, up to 40%. So take care, guys. I'll see you all Sunday. Hope you have a great Saturday.